Hey everybody, welcome to video 4 of my series about growing a $400,000 independent marketing business. If you are a freelance marketer and you're stuck between $100,000 and $150,000, you want to go to $400,000, I have great news. It's actually easier to run a $400,000 marketing business than a $100,000 marketing business. I've helped a lot of people do that. My name is Donald Miller. I'm the author of a book called Building a Story Brand. A lot of small business owners have read this book, over 1 million of them. They've come to me and they said, Don, can you make a website? I don't make websites. I actually certify freelance marketers like you in the StoryBrand Certified Guide program. And over the last 10 years, we've learned a lot about growing freelance marketing businesses. In fact, I would say we're the best community of freelance marketing business owners in the world. And so we've learned a lot. And the truth is, you can grow a $400,000 freelance marketing business. This is video 4, so if you missed the first 3 videos, go back and watch those. But this one is all about creating entry offers that close themselves. Here's a bit of a recap. Video 1 was the introduction. Video 2 is about getting attention. Video 3, which is step 2, is about turning that attention into leads, and then turning leads into entry-level sales. That's what we're in right now. And then later in another video, we're going to talk about upsells and how to really scale toward that $400,000 level. Today, phase 3, entry-level products that convert leads into paying customers. Again, we covered lead generators in the last video. Let's turn those leads into buyers. All right, what is an entry-level product? Let me just ask you this. Do you have one? Do you have a $49 product? And you say, Don, a $49 product, why waste my time, right? That's barely going to buy me lunch these days. Well, there's several reasons to do that. First, though, what would an entry-level product actually look like? First of all, it is valuable on its own. It is priced to remove friction, meaning it's an impulse buy. For instance, do you have an impulse buy? It is a taste of what you can do. It's like almost like a paid lead generator is kind of how you want to think of it. It's a stepping stone to a much bigger offer. Here's what it is not. It is not a throwaway or bait. It needs to be a really, really valuable piece of collateral they can buy. It is not so cheap that it feels worthless. It is not your full service offering, and it is not something you create once and forget. You want to be thinking about this. The goal, give real value and create appetite for more. I'm going to repeat that. Give real value and create appetite for more. All right. Here's the psychology of small commitments. These are actual studies on why these $49 offers are so important for you. The commitment and consistency principle. Research by Robert Cialdini shows that once people make a small commitment, they are significantly more likely to make larger commitments to stay consistent with their self-image. So, a $49 purchase tells the brain, I'm the kind of person who invests in marketing, which means they would invest in $500 or $5,000 or $50,000 potentially moving forward. The sunk cost effect, people who pay attention. When someone invests even $49, they are more likely to consume the content, implement it, and come back for more. The trust ladder, a small purchase builds trust. If they love your $49 product, buying your $500 or $5,000 offer feels like a natural next step, not a leap of faith. The bottom line is this. People who invest in you, even a little, usually chased that investment. All right, now here's how you build your list for free using paid advertising. Now, in the second video, we actually talked about bringing attention to yourself using YouTube, social media, all that kind of stuff. Here's how to actually install and implement paid advertising to create this sort of perpetual lead generation. First thing you want to do, let's do the math. A $30 ad spend to acquire a lead that buys a $49 product, right? That's a $30 ad spend, and you've got $19 in profit. So a qualified lead who paid to be on your list. The result is a self-funding lead machine. Every $49 sale covers your ad cost and then some. Your list grows, your revenue grows, and every buyer is pre-qualified for your high-ticket offers. So I do this. If I'm charging $49, I try to just estimate that it's $500 worth of value. So I tried to charge 10% of the value that I think the client is getting. Then we work with an ad agency, Atlantica. Merab is a wonderful, wonderful guy who runs an ad agency. And I actually send him the entire $49 and say, start over. Just all the money that comes from those lead generators, or sorry, that the sales of those things go right back in. So and what I'm collecting then is leads, and they're very, very hot qualified leads because they've paid me for something. So they are much more likely to come to a $2,000 workshop or something like that. All right, here is ad platforms that work for entry products, where to actually run your flywheel. You obviously know about Meta, Facebook, Instagram. This is great for detailed targeting, visual ads, proven for low-ticket offers, best for B2C and local businesses. Google Ads capture people actively searching for solutions, best for intent-based searches. YouTube, video ads build trust before the click, best for educational-based products. LinkedIn, higher cost per click but highly qualified leads, best for B2B services. Here's a pro tip. Start with one platform, master it, and then expand. All right, here's some types of entry-level products that you can create. Digital passive revenue, create once, sell forever. A mini course, 5 to 10 short videos teaching one specific skill. That's $49 to $150. Paid newsletter archive, send out newsletters, and then if you want the archive, charge somebody $49 for that. Template pack, all sorts of really great stuff that you've figured out about writing emails, social media posts, websites as a freelance marketer. You have a lot of institutional wisdom that is extremely valuable. You can charge $49 to $99 for that. Then I would call any lead who downloads that and just say, hey, I'd love to be your marketing person of choice. In fact, I'd love to buy you lunch. You know, whatever it takes. Industry-specific systems, the dental industry marketing system that works, the real estate broker marketing system that works, the pet store owner marketing system that works. People love to read their own name, by the way. $49 to $199. They think that they're special and different, and so they love it when something is just for them. Assessment or a report, personalized analysis based on their quiz answers. You can spend, you know, if you're going to do a paid assessment, there's all sorts of tools out there that you can use to create those. I would spend a lot of time on it. Really make it an amazing report that you get back that feels very much like it was worth $49 to $99. Don't just do some sort of like, you know, what Friends character are you like version of a marketing quiz. If you're going to charge for that, make sure that they're blown away by the results. And they may even have questions or want to talk to you about how this could work for them. Types of entry products done with you. That was done for you or just digital passive. Here's some that are done with you. The 30-minute marketing audit. You can charge $100 or $200 to get on the phone with somebody for 30 minutes and look at their website and just say, hey, here's what I think you're doing wrong. Here's where you can look at their billboards, their paid advertising campaigns, and get an assessment. You know, you're not going to make any money off that. It's barely going to buy you lunch, but it's the time that they've spent with you and the money that they've spent adds to that sunk cost. They tend to chase those investments, and you've built a little bit of a relationship there. A website copy review. I love this one. Just share your Zoom screen and go through their website. Homepage overhaul template. You know, I have a template for building a website. Start positive, go negative with the stakes. Talk about the value adds. Show them a plan. I have a template, and you can move things around. I could easily spend 30 minutes on somebody with their website and either analyze their website or go through a template on how I think you should do it. These are done for you, done with you solutions. I would say if it's done with you, $100 to $200. Done for you, if you're spending your time doing something for somebody, no less than $300. I mean, you got to be paid for that hour or whatever that it's costing you. But a one-page sales letter, an email welcome sequence, a lead generator creation. I mean, you're getting way above $400, $500 there, but those are some ideas of like low-level entry products. In fact, you could charge somebody for a website copy review and then say, look, would you like for me to create a lead generator for you and an email sequence of like 16 emails? I wouldn't charge any less than $5,000 for that, but I would consider for a small business $5,000 for that lead generation and email sequence is a really, really good investment. Again, a higher tier entry-level product. People love to hear their name. I said that earlier. When you actually identify a specific industry, people feel like they're different. Their industry is not like any other industry. Everybody feels that way. So it's really powerful when you say pet store owners, dentists, whatever you want, counselors, therapists, real estate agents, carpenters, contractors, on and on. Industry-specific products convert better because people feel like it's made for them and they feel like they're different. The formula is the industry marketing system that works. Dentists, the dental practice marketing system. Chiropractors, the chiropractic growth blueprint. Family counselors, the counseling practice client system. The principles, same core content, different packaging. A dentist thinks my industry is different, so show them it's for dentists only because their problems are unique, which they're kind of not. But the content is 90% the same. A lot of our guides will do this. They'll start with like chiropractors or whatever. And they did it in order to just get some leads. And then they end up 2 years later only working with chiropractors. Chris Jones, who's taken her business from $100,000 to $400,000, only works with executive coaches. That's it. Can you believe that? There's $400,000 of marketing business only with executive coaches? Yeah, niching down. This may be something that causes you to accidentally niche down. Here's types of entry-level products. You can choose the platform that fits your product type. Courses and videos. You can create 5 to 10 short videos teaching one specific skill. These are best for multi-lesson products. Simple digital products, best for PDFs, templates, single downloads. Gumroad, PayHip, Lemon Squeezy, email delivery, ConvertKit, MailChimp, Active Campaign, audit calls and coaching, Calendly, Acuity, Cal.com. Don't overcomplicate this. Start with one platform. You can always upgrade later. This is sounding kind of complicated to you. There's a lot of choices here. Just make a choice. So make your YouTube videos, bring attention to yourself, right? Clip that down if you want into Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, all that kind of stuff. Have it lead toward one PDF checklist. So think about how simple this is. Bring attention to yourself. Be consistent with that. You need to make like 50 of those YouTube videos before you start to complain that nobody's watching, right? You got to create a rhythm. Create those. One PDF checklist that is capturing leads. Upsell those people to an entry-level product, which could just be a 30-minute website review where you're getting on a Zoom call twice a week, 3 times a week, hopefully 5 times a week, doing that 30-minute Zoom call, going to the website, explaining what's wrong, what they could do differently. Now, as they download your lead generator, they're getting the emails that sell one thing, the 30-minute Zoom, share my screen, look at my website review. Then when people actually do that, you've got 1,000 people watching your video, 75 people downloaded your lead generator, 7 people sign up for the 30-minute call. That's basically how it works. Now, once they hit that call, you take them off the email sequence that you had them on for the lead generator because they've signed up for the product. You bill them for the product and then send them more emails upselling them new products. And it's all automated. We've done this for years and it works incredibly, incredibly well. All right, AI tools that will help you create entry-level products. Use AI to build your products in days, honestly in hours, not days or months. Course content and copy, outline courses, write sales pages, create email sequences in ChatGPT or Claude. Video creation, record, edit, and polish course videos. Descript, Loom, CapCut, I'd add Riverside to that. Landing pages, build sales pages with AI-assisted copy at Card, Unbounce, Webflow. Email sequences, write entire nurture sequences in minutes at copy.ai, Jasper, ChatGPT. I like Claude. We also have StoryBrand.ai, my product. Pitch decks and slides, create professional presentations instantly. Gamma, Beautiful.ai, Canva. By the way, some of you are like, Dom, why are you talking so much about AI? That's our competition. It isn't. Look, I use Claude, StoryBrand.ai, Beautiful.ai. I will charge $100,000 to create a pitch deck for a company. They meet me, they come to town, we meet all day. I create their pitch deck. I'll use these AI tools to do it because AI is not going to get the messaging right. I am telling AI what to say, and then I'm editing it on the fly. It's the knowledge of what this campaign, the entire campaign needs to be, and the controlling idea of that campaign. That's where the money is, and that's where the value is for the customer. Then I take that pitch deck and I start looking at their website. I start looking at their sales scripts. I start meeting with their chief marketing officer. I start meeting with their ad agency. And I say, hey, this is the controlling idea. Let me take you through the pitch deck. Where can we get this language in the user interface? Where can we get this language on your website? Where can we get this language, in the places that your product is displayed, perhaps in product copy on Amazon? So basically, I've become more of a strategist than anything else. But it's a strategist who comes up with the words that you need to use. That is incredibly valuable. I mean, we're talking about. One company will probably go from $2 billion to $10 billion based on the messaging that we're putting in airports and all that kind of stuff. It all started with the pitch deck, and I use AI to think through that stuff all the time. So it's like a mathematician using a calculator. Don't be afraid of AI. You need to start using it. But you also need to position yourself as more of a strategist. This is the sort of stuff we talk about all the time inside the StoryBrand Certified Guide program. It is the greatest community of freelance marketers on the planet, and I would love for you to join us. If you join us, there are several tools that I'm going to give you when you join us that will help you create these entry-level tools, these entry-level offers. The offer architecture framework is one of those. I'm going to teach you how to structure your product ladder. The guide pitch deck, ready to customize and close deals. Lots of content in there that is going to help you close deals quickly. Your pitch deck is really, really important. I think you're missing that. You need to invite people into a story in your pitch deck. We've got formulaic pitch decks that you can use that work. Deal closing proposals. The second you finish that pitch deck, if they don't sign, which hopefully they will sign, the contract right there, go ahead and send them a proposal, and it mirrors the content of the pitch deck. But first, I want you to download the checklist that teaches you how to build a $400,000 marketing business. Inside the $400,000 marketing business checklist, I'll talk about the offer architecture, deal closing proposal templates, the Ascension service ladder, right? And how to move clients up that ladder, entry product examples across industries, the complete sales funnel blueprint. It's all free at StoryBrandMarketingBusiness.com. If you've not downloaded that checklist, and you're a freelance marketer, you're crazy. It's going to help you build a $400,000 marketing business, and you can get it at StoryBrandMarketingBusiness.com. All right, this has been video 4. Coming up next is video 5, upsells, retainers, and recurring revenue. If you have not considered a retainer, I want you to start thinking about it. The question is, how do you package the retainer? How much do you sell it for? Well, now that you have an entry product, here's how to build your product ladder. I'm going to go through the 10x rule. 10% will pay 10x more for value. That is 10% of your customers will pay you 10 times what they've already paid you. And so you need that product ladder. If you don't have those products, you're not going to get the 10x return. All right, building your product ladder from $50 to $50,000, what each price point requires, and reverse engineering your $400,000 revenue goal. That's all in the next video, which is the last video of this series, video 5. If you've not gone to StoryBrandMarketingBusiness.com, go there right now, and you can watch all the videos and download the checklist. We've already gone through video 1, the lead engine every freelance marketer needs. Video 2, how to get attention without paying for ads. Video 3, lead generators that actually convert. Video 4, entry offers that close themselves is what you just watched. One last video, upsells, retainers, and recurring revenue. How do you do it? We'll talk about that next.